Hello friends, and we continue to study Gerunds Infinitives. And in this course right now we'll see and how we can use gerunds as subjects or using it infinitive as subjects also. And look at this one. Riding horses is fun. You see the gerund, and here the gerund is in subject position. Riding horses is fun. If we use the gerund at the beginning of the sentence as subject, it's considered always single. Yani gerund kullanıyorsanız bu gerund sürekli tekil gibi muamele görecek. Yani burada horses'lara bakıp da yanılmayın. Yani atları sürme işi tekilmiş gibi. Is fun. You see singular helping verb. And if you want to use it, then we need to use the adjective immediately. Then it is fun. You see, it is fun to ride horses. Here, when we use it, then we need to use infinitive, not gerund. Yani zevklidir. Atlara binme zevklidir. Atları sürmek zevklidir. These two sentences have the same meaning, but just in one sentence we use gerund, in another infinitive because of the it, yani it'ten dolayı. Coming to class on time is important. Again, gerund in subject position, or we can say it is important to come to class on time. But sometimes, rarely, in English, you can say to ride horses is fun. If you want to use to ride like gerund at the beginning of the sentence as subject, then we can say to ride horses is fun. Then we don't need it, because here it contains the whole sentence. It is important to come to class on time. Yani vaktinde sınıfa gelmek önemlidir. Or to come to class on time is important. Saying is easier than doing something. Yani bir şeyi söylemek yapmaktan daha kolaydır. Or it is easier to say than to do something. Now we have an exercise. It says make sentences with the same meaning by using a gerund as the subject. Here it is important to get. Here we see the infinitive, daily exercise. And when I want to use gerund as subject, so I can say getting daily exercise is important. Now pause the video and then do the rest of the exercise. Number 2, making friends isn't hard. Arkadaş edinmek. Cooking rice is easy. Taking a long walk is relaxing. Look, this is question. Is learning a second language difficult? Cheating during a test is wrong. Cheat, yani kopya çekmek. Is living in an apartment expensive? Question again. Living in a foreign country isn't easy. Negative. Making new friends takes time. As I told you, if you want to use the gerund at the beginning as subject, always think that it's singular. The verb should be either verbs or models or helping verbs should be in singular form. Now this time we're going to use it instead of gerund in this exercise. And it says make sentences with the same meaning by using it. Having good friends is important, or it's important to have good friends. Gerund Infinitive. Both sentences have the same meaning. And pause the video and then make sentences using it plus infinitive. Number 2, it is fun to play tennis. It, infinitive. It is important to be polite to other people. Bunu yapmak da biraz zor. Başkalarına karşı kibar olmak. It is interesting to learn about other cultures. It's dangerous to walk alone at night in that part of the city. Is it easy to ride a motorcycle? It isn't much fun to have a cold. Üşütmek. It takes a long time to learn a second language. Yani ikinci bir dili öğrenmek çok uzun bir zaman alır. It takes 3 minutes to cook a soft boiled egg. Okay, now you see gerunds and then infinitives. Now, infinitive using for somebody. If we look at the sentences, I think you understand what I mean. You should study hard. This is an advice. Or we can say, it is important for you to study hard. Yani senin için sıkı çalışmak önemlidir. This is, you see, positive sentence. And if I want to make this sentence question, I put is at the beginning. Is it important for you to study hard? Yani önemli mi derken bir kişi için. Mary should study hard. Advice. Or we can say, it is important for Mary. Or it is important for her to study hard. Careful, because here Mary is in object position. So instead of Mary, if I want to use the pronoun, I need to use the object pronoun for her. Or if I want to make the sentence negative, and I say it isn't important. So then it will become negative. You don't have to go to the meeting. Or we can say it is not necessary for us, because us, to go to the meeting. A cat can't talk. It is impossible. Should be like this. It is impossible for a cat to talk. Yani bir kedinin konuşması imkansızdır. Yani bir kedi için konuşmak imkansızdır. So we use infinitive using for someone like this. Yani bu şekilde kullanıyoruz. Tabi bu niye böyle kullanıyoruz? Yani farklı şekilde ifade etmek için. Aynı şeyi değişik şekillerde nasıl ifade edebiliriz? In this case, or in this usage, this part could be present, future, past, doesn't matter. But here, always the same. If I say, for instance, şimdi şöyle demem gerekiyorsa, it was important for Mary. Yani Mary için önemli idi. Or for future, it will be important for Mary. Mary için önemli olacak. What is that? That's to study hard. Sıkı çalışmak. So this part could be present, past, or negative, or question. But the rest will remain the same. Gerisi aynı şekilde kalıyor. Now look at this exercise, and it says use the given information to complete each sentence used for someone and an infinitive phrase in each completion. Let's read the sentences very carefully and then complete these or fill out these blanks. But pause the video first, please. Number one, it is important for students to do their homework. For students too. It is important for teachers to speak clearly. There is plenty of time. It isn't necessary for us to hurry. It is impossible for a fish to live out of water for more than a few minutes. Fish can't live, so it is impossible. It is necessary for students to budget their time carefully. Yani vakitlerini dikkatli bir şekilde ayarlamaları. And because there's a saying, time is money in English. Time is money. Vakit nakittir. It is difficult for a child to sit still for a long time. Sit still. Sessiz bir şekilde oturması. It is traditional for my family to eat turkey on Thanksgiving Day. In America and Canada, it's a traditional. On Thanksgiving Day, people eat turkey. Actually, this is the Indians people tradition. Yani bu yerel Amerikalıların bir geleneğiymiş. Daha sonra bunlar alıyor. Güzel bir şekilde süslüyor, püslüyor ve piyasaya güzel bir şekilde sunuyor. Aslında bu tam Amerikan halkının değil de asıl yerlilerin bir geleneği. Will it be possible for people to take trips to the moon within the next 50 years? Question. It's hard for me to understand Mr. Alvarez. At a formal dinner party, it is customary, gelenekseldir, for the guests to wait until the hostess begins to eat. Ev sahibinin yemesini bekliyorlar. İlginç. Hangi kültürde bilmiyorum. After she takes the first bite, the guests also start to eat. The bride usually feeds the groom the first piece, so it is traditional for the bride to feed the groom the first piece of wedding cake. Bride yani gelin, damat. İlginç bir gelenek tabii, hani gelenektir, saygı göstermek lazım. It is easy for me to understand our teacher. Evet, burada gördüğünüz gibi it ve infinitive nasıl cümle kuruluyor görmüş olduk. Now, in this exercise, you see column A and column B. And you see the expressions in column A and column B and make sentences, either using gerunds or it infinitive. There is an example in here. Riding a bicycle is easy, or riding a bicycle is dangerous, or fun, or relaxing. This is gerund. And it plus infinitive, it's easy, or it's dangerous, or it's fun, or it's relaxing to ride a bicycle. Now I'll make a couple of sentences, but please write them down and make sentences just writing down on a piece of paper and then do the all expressions in here. For instance, stealing cars is against the law, or stealing cars is dangerous. It is against the law to steal cars. Listening to a 2-hour speech is boring. Or it is boring to listen to our speech. 2 saatlik konuşma. Predicting the exact time of an earthquake is impossible. Predict means tell something before it happens. Yani tahmin etme, bir şeyi önceden söyleme. Or it is impossible to predict the exact time of an earthquake. Forgetting someone's name is embarrassing. Birinin ismini unutmak utanç verici bir şey. Yani bazıları için. For some people, not for everybody. Or it is embarrassing to forget someone's name. Knowing the meaning of every word in a dictionary is hard. Or is impossible. Or it is impossible or it is hard to know the meaning of every word in a dictionary. Evet, ben bu kadar yapmış oldum ama siz gerisini lütfen yazarak yapmaya çalışın. Here we have again an exercise. Eat plus for someone plus to do something. Here we have 3 columns this time, A, B, and C, and make sentences using the words or the expressions in these columns. There's an example in here. It is difficult for me to be on time for class. And it is difficult for some people to learn how to swim. Second sentence. And the third one, it is difficult for children to understand adults' behavior. Again, I'll make a couple of, and then please do all the expressions and all the sentences, just writing them down on a piece of paper. And one, it is enjoyable for some people to observe animals in their wild habitat. Observe means watch something carefully, yani gözlemleme anlamında. It is difficult for some people to change a flat tire. Flat tire, yani patlak teker. It is important for children to obey their parents. And it is fun for some people to visit new places. It is important for most people to spend time with friends. Evet, ben bu kadar yaptım. Çünkü fazla süre almak istemiyorum, vakit almak. Gerisini lütfen yapmaya çalışın. Here, the exercise, it plus for someone to do something. It says complete the sentences with your own words, and number 1 is done. It's easy for my brother to fix his bicycle. Yani, bisikletini tamir etmek kardeşim için kolay. And pause the video and then complete the sentences with your own words. But your words, your sentences, of course, will be different. And also I'm going to do it. And then let's go and check. Pause the video, please, first. Okay. And number 2, it is traditional for Turkish people to have tea, cheese, bread, and olives. To continue the sentence, for breakfast. Kahvaltıda genel bu bir yaygın adet. It is impossible for us to learn every word in a dictionary. Öyle yani bir sözdeki her kelimeyi öğrenmek impossible. It takes a long time for some people to use computer. It is sensible for me to tell the truth no matter what. Yani ne olursa olsun doğru söylemek bana akla uygun geliyor. Is it necessary for you to go shopping now? It is important for kids to listen to their parents. It's difficult for some people to use stick shift cars. Stick shift dedi, vitesli araba. Now here in this exercise, we'll see it plus takes to do something. For instance, look at the examples. It takes 5 hours. Here we need to use a duration of time. Burada bir süreç kullanıyoruz. It takes 5 hours. Then infinitive, to fly. From Los Angeles to Honolulu. Yani Los Angeles'tan Honolulu'ya uçmak. 5 saat alır derken. It takes a lot of work for most small business to succeed. Yani ufak işletmelerinin başarılı olması için çok çalışma, çok iş gerekir. Now look at the rest of the sentences and then complete the sentences with your own words. But pause the video first, please. Okay, number 1. It takes time for my mother to make a zesty cake. Zesty means delicious, lezzetli anlamında. It takes a lot of money to buy a Mercedes or BMW. Mercedes, M should be capital. Yani Mercedes ya da BMW satın almak çok para gerektirir. It takes 15 minutes to cook rice. How long does it take to get to the airport from here? Yaygın sorulardan biridir. İşte buradan filan yere gitmek ne kadar alır süre olarak. It will take 18 years for a date tree to produce fruit. Date tree dedi. Bu hurma. Yani bu hurma dediğim bizim Trabzon hurması değil. Diğer böyle palmiye türündeki hurma ağacının meyve vermesi 15-20 yıl aldığını söylüyorlar. It takes patience or courage or skill to learn a second language. To learn a second language. Yani sabır, yetenek ve cesaret. It takes hard work for some people to become surgeon. Surgeon, cerrah demek. It takes stamina or determination to be an expert on something. Stamina, yani direnç, güç, kararlılık. Bir şey üzerinde uzman olmak. Hakikaten o işin ama uzmanı olmak. Vakit gerektiriyor, kararlılık gerektiriyor. Yani her şeyin başı sabır. Sabır ve süreklilik bu işin kaçınılmazı. Now, everyday English. Tina and Lara are talking. I met Gailey's husband for the first time last week. He is very impressive. Impressive means attractive and etkileyici. Why do you say that? That is certainly not my impression. Yani beni etkilemiyor. He was telling me all about the great things he intended to do. Intended to do, that means he planned to do. But here, the great things he intended. Things are in object position, so this is adjective clause. Be careful. This means he was telling me about all the great things which or that he intended to do. But the things here is in object positions, so we don't use which or that in here. Yani yapmak istediği bütün büyük şeylerden. Oh, you don't want to take that seriously. You don't want to take that seriously. take something seriously. Yani ciddiye almak bir şeyi. Ciddiye almak istemiyorsun. Why not? Oh, he is all mouth and no trousers. He is all mouth and no trousers. And if you say someone is all mouth and no trousers, that means he's or that person speaks a lot but doesn't do anything. Yani sadece konuşur, her şey konuşmadan ibaret. Ama ortada bir hareket, faaliyet yok, bir iş yok. Boş boş konuşur anlamında. Konuşur ama bir şey yok. Gailey's boss is here. Uyarı geliyor hemen. İşte Gailey'nin patronu burada. Evet arkadaşlar. Şimdi bu dersi burada bitiriyorum. Ama konumuz devam edecek. So see you next time.